but there's no wonky cells. Everything's good. And I end up with better shaped breasts now. So I'm good. I mean, I came pretty loaded with stuff, but now I feel that it's a lot better because I mean, having the neuropathy gone is so nice.
Hey, Kat, thanks so much for coming to spend time with me today.
Thanks, Tracy. Appreciate it.
It's nice to meet you. So,
Great to
for the
meet you. I
listeners,
see you on all the videos, and it's good to meet you finally.
oh, thank you. So, I'm excited to hear your story. So, can you start off just by telling the listeners a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Well, I had a landscape business for 30 years before, and so I ended up with two new knees. My right knee is Barb, my left knee is Lola, so it's Barb and Lola, the Titanium sisters,
Oh my,
and and they were great until and with landscaping for 30 years I was taking, I had pain along the way, and I definitely destroyed my knees because I did it physically. And what I would do also is take a lot of Aleve or Tylenol just to make myself feel better at the end of the day. And then I ended up with leaky gut. So not only did I have two new knees that were just, getting started. And then I had leaky gut because of all the over the counter meds over the years. Probably I've had it for probably at least 10 years. And so that didn't feel good. So every time I ate, I had a stomach ache. So I had my knees done in 2021, and the beginning of 2022. I really realized that the over the counter meds that you take afterwards, after the knee replacements, just put me over the edge. And I ended up with really bad leaky gut. So I stopped the meds and my body went into shock. And then I ended up with a really, really bad case of shingles, and the shingles were amazing. I was out for 8 weeks. So when I came into this whole thing, I had the reminiscence of neuropathy still after a year, on my whole right side. And then I also had, really, my knees were very stopped up. They were not flexible at all. And then my gut was always hurting. And I was on blood pressure medication for probably about, I don't remember when I started, maybe 8 or 9 years ago. So I had all those things. And when somebody approached me about it, I was like, yeah, do I want to feel better? So I definitely was, I didn't even question it. There was no question. It was like, yes, let's do this. Frequency sounds fabulous.
wow, that is a
So,
lot. That is a lot of,
yeah. Well, and I had big scars. I think I had 48 scars with different molds taken off. And then those scars on my knees, Barb and Lola had big, they're like this long, and so there's just all kinds of stuff that I kept thinking, oh my gosh, I don't know when I'm going to feel better, but I really want to. So when the frequency idea came up, I'm all about that whole genre of energy medicine. I'm really, really, really into that. And so when I heard about this, I was like, there was no way anybody was going to stop me from joining.
you are so cute. I love that. And it's funny, my husband's actually a landscape contractor. So
Well, tell him about Barb and Lola.
I'm going to. That is hilarious. He's lucky. He has a crew that does most of his work, so his knees, he's okay. But that's
Yeah,
horrible. But I love how you
yeah.
named him. I think that's awesome. So then when did
Well,
you
it's
get
it's
your I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
go ahead.
No, I just said it's easier when I need to encourage one of them. I'm like, Barb, you can do this. Lola, come on, one more.
That's really
So
cute.
yeah.
So then when did you get your device cap?
October 14th around 2:30 in the afternoon.
You're cute. So
And it is a white device. It's the
mm.
white device here.
Awesome.
And I ended up signing up for the early renewal when you guys were asking about it. So eventually, earlier this year, I think it was like February, I got my second one. And I'll tell you what was interesting. I just started wearing it right away, and I was like going, whoa, okay, that's a lot. So what I did is I learned how I what I needed in my body. My body told me I could, wear it for an hour or so and then put it off to the side near me. But then I started wearing it more often, for longer periods of time. When, the second one is a lot of energy. And so that's what I did. So now I wear two most of the time. And if I'm out doing yard work, I have one on my back and one on my belly. So I feel fabulous. So yeah.
That's awesome. So when you got the device, what benefit did you notice first?
My blood pressure was changing right away. And I mean, I was listening to some of these people talk about how they, they didn't have any benefit. And I thought, wow, somebody's not paying attention because there's these subtle things and then there's some whammies that are going on. And the whammy for me was my blood pressure. And that started going down pretty much right away. And in fact, the beginning of when I got it on the 14th of October, and when I finished with any blood pressure medication was December 5th. So it was 53 days. That's it. And I did this, of course, with the consulting with my doctor. So I would not recommend just, free falling it. But I think it's a very smart thing to do is to pay attention. So I did my blood pressure twice a day as per her request. And so I started noticing it. And she said, okay, let's cut it in half and then let's go a little bit more. And so I ended up without 53 days, and it was 9 years I had the blood pressure medication before that. So I think it's a pretty amazing result. And that's what I noticed really quickly right away. So, and I was calmer, which I was just, I could sleep a little bit more easily and I could fall asleep easier and didn't wake up as much at night. So that was good too. So yeah,
Oh,
those
wow.
are two things right away. Yeah. And my vision started getting better. Like these glasses here, okay? These are I had to go back. I couldn't even wear my prescription after a couple weeks. I couldn't even wear my current prescription. I had to go back gently this is the 2020 prescription.
Wow.
So so that was something that I started noticing gradually also. And then I started going, well, I'm going to find those other glasses and see if they work better. And now I'm on to the 2020 ones. I'm probably going to get my vision tested again, in the next couple of weeks, and I'll probably get some temporary glasses to wear. I'm calling them temporary glasses to wear until I go into the QR. So,
Yeah, that's wise. I had the same thing. I don't have to wear readers anymore.
oh,
So my
that's
eyes
good.
improved from the wave. I'm like, woohoo! I love that. I hated that pressure on my nose.
I don't. I call these little things on the glasses. Call them ouchies. So I don't like the ones with ouchies, but they stay up better and everything else. But I have a feeling that we're both going to be in really good shape very soon.
Well, we're going to talk about that because I'm excited
Okay.
about that
Okay.
for sure. So have you noticed any other benefits from the wave thus far?
You know what? Because I told you about those scars that this long, I go and do water walking at the pool, local pool, where they have the lazy river that you can just, I got out one day and a couple of these ladies knew that I had new knees, and they looked at me and said, "Oh my God, I can hardly see anything there." And I didn't even notice it until they said something. And I went, "Oh my gosh, those scars are really good now." I mean, I couldn't look. And then all these other scars on my body from 48 different moles being taken off. And they were stitched off, they were not just taken off. they're all going away too. Oh, and this is funny too. Oh my gosh. I went to get my mammogram. There's two things about the mammogram. I'll tell you about that in a second. This is really cool. So I go in there and she asks me, well, are you, do you have any scars that we should know about? La, la, la. And I said, yeah, I do have one. I went, oh, and I was like, I couldn't remember which one it was. I couldn't see it on my breast anymore because I had had a mole removed from my breast many years ago. I couldn't even see it anymore. So then she said, okay, well, I'll just say that you had a scar. I'll just mark it down. I said, I'm going to guess it's on the left one, but we can go with whatever. And so then she said, okay, I think I'm going to do an ultrasound after this. So they called me back, had an ultrasound, and I had a needle biopsy. And I said, well, I just want to let you guys know that in the recent months, I've had this, I'm on a clinical trial, and I showed her the unit. I told her what it was. And she goes, I said, I think it's just the breast tissue, like getting like better. And so I said, it sounds crazy, but I feel like I have like better shape. It's not so much old lady boobs anymore. And I said, it feels like a better shape. And she goes, well, they're great shape. Yeah, no problem. But you really think it would be something like that? She said, I said, absolutely. I think that's what it is. So when she did the needle biopsy, she got the results back and she said, okay, she's calling me up going, I officially think that I need the name of this company that you're talking about. Because she said, anytime we do a needle biopsy, she said they come back with some wonky, she said it's a very technical term, a wonky cells in the results. But it may not be full cancer or full anything to worry about, but there's always wonky cells. She said, yours came back totally clean. And I went, yeah, it did. And she said, okay, I wrote down the name of that company. I am officially looking it up when I get done talking with you. She said, that is amazing that you knew what it was and you told us in the very beginning and we didn't listen, but yet you knew exactly what it was, but there's no wonky cells. Everything's good. And I end up with better shaped breasts now. So I'm good. That's good.
Wow, yeah,
So
I'll say.
well, and my leaky gut, I can eat a lot more things now. I still want to eat clean because I feel better when I eat clean. But I think I can eat a little bit more without having really bad stomach aches and things. I have more clarity also with lots of things. I think people, they talk about these different drugs you can take to make your brain a little bit more tuned. I think mine just works because of these units. It's more clear. Um, I've also, the neuropathy is gone. So my whole side from all those scars and the scars from the vesicles are gone.
Wow.
So I've had a ton of stuff. I came pretty loaded with stuff, but now I feel that it's a lot better because having the neuropathy gone is so nice. I came pretty loaded with stuff, but now I feel that it's a lot better because having the neuropathy gone is so nice. If you've had neuropathy for a couple of years or at least a year and a half, you'd know that it just you just want to squeeze yourself all the time and try to get rid of it. But it's fabulous. But I had lost because of all the leaky gut and the shingles and everything. I felt very sick for a long time. And with that, I wasn't able to, I got down to like 113, 114 pounds, which is really not a good idea. And I end up now because I can eat a little bit better and I feel better and everything feels better. I've actually been able to put on some muscle weight, which I'm feeling great about. My legs are stronger. I went back to PT and they were very impressed with how much I could do. And I just felt a ton better. So all of those things. And one more kind of funky thing that I felt a ton better about, and I don't know how much this had to do with the unit, but um, when my sister died last December, I felt I could handle it. And it was almost like a grief helper in a lot of ways because of the calmness that I felt. And I think that's when I noticed that I was feeling calmer, going, hey, I can handle this. So that's something I haven't heard anybody say that they had as a benefit. But, you know, if somebody's
Wow.
going to die around me, then I guess I'd feel better if I'm calm about it and feeling more at ease about it. I think that's where I felt. So,
Wow, I'm
yeah.
so sorry for your loss. That's not fun any way you look
Well,
at it.
and it's interesting because I talked to her and her husband about this whole thing, and she had leukemia. And I asked her to please try it. I said, I'll even get you one. And, and all these things. And they decided that it was not something they were interested in. And a year later, she was gone.
It's horrible. I'm so
But
sorry.
I did ask her, I said prayers that she would come around and say, oh, yes, I think I'm going to do that after all. But that was she wanted to die her way, so I just was respectful about that. So
I have a similar situation with a friend of mine, like my best friend, and I'm always showing her my device. I'm always
yeah.
flashing this. I'm always trying to talk to her. She doesn't want to listen. She has lymphoma. And so I shared with her Dr. Gloria's lymph video that we did maybe, I don't know, 6 months ago or whatever. I told her I have an extra rebounder. I gave her some Cleaver's tea. And then I was talking to her last night about the carnivore diet because I was listening to a podcast about carnivore and cancer and all of that. And then she ignores everything I say, right? And then she says, I'm really thinking about having my left breast removed. I'm like,
Oh,
what? Like,
oh,
really? But when I said something about this doctor, Dr. Seafried, saying that he wanted to, like, he would recommend a 21-day fast for anybody who got diagnosed with cancer. She's like, "Oh, I could never do that." I said, "Not if it could change your life, but you want to cut off your left breast? You don't even have breast cancer?" I'm like,
mm,
"Okay." I guess we just don't
wow.
understand certain people's logic, right? What are you gonna
You
do?
know what? I guess we just have to respect their wishes, even if it wasn't our choice, wouldn't be our choice. But I mean, it just was something that was very near, and she was very, very religious about everything. So unless it came from God, I said, where do you think these frequencies aren't being made up? They're something that's real, and it's an energy. Energy can't be destroyed, can't be, created, can't be. It's just part of the energy that's available to us. And they still were like, I said, it's all based by science. I can give you all. No, we don't want to do that. And that's what he said to me. And I said, okay,
Yeah.
just,
I've
yeah,
had similar things as you can imagine. So I'm just
yeah.
like, okay. Well, that brings us to the exciting question is that someday we're going to be able to have a 30-year-old body, well, 30-year-old cells in this body, but with wisdom through the years to apply to that. What excites you about that? What are you going to do, Kat?
Well, if I have 65 years of wisdom and then I have a 30-year-old body, I think I might be some trouble.
You're so
And
cute.
I'm thinking that I would really love Barb and Lola to be more a part of me, not separate. You know, I would like them to be intrinsically part of my body rather than feeling like they are an added bonus. You know,
Mhm.
I like that a lot. And having my whole gut and everything totally healed, one top to bottom, everything totally healed. So there's nothing that could ever give me a stomach ache. But you know what? Do you want to hear the truth? I wouldn't go for tacos and pizza and all that stuff unless it's really clean, which I don't think that you can do that well. But I still would eat clean only because I respect my body that much. But I also love the idea of the vision coming back. I don't know if I'm going to still have gray hair or if it's going to get lighter again. I don't know, but I'm game for that. And I just think that I just want to live life happy and the healthiest I can ever be and enjoy all the years I have left. It could be 50 years left. I mean, I could have 50 years left yet, or 50, 60 years. If I'm healthy, I just want to do my best. And I think I want to put a podcast together and travel around and have people on that want to create the healthiest retirement, fun and healthy retirement. So that's what I would also want to do too. And although they might, if I'm looking like I'm 30, they may not believe that but I'll show my birth certificate if I need to.
Yeah, we'll show them your before and after and give them a QHS business card and say, "Hey, this is how you're going to that's how you're going to enjoy your retirement even more."
Right. And then that way, then I can share what's gone on with me and what I've gotten from. I mean, if I talk to, I mean, I just read someplace that, what was it, 70% of the people over 60 have high blood pressure. I'm like, huh, yeah, really? That's one less now.
Yeah,
So
good.
the nice part is that I would love to share this information even more so with doing what I mean, because I'm not the only person that had neuropathy or knee replacements or shingles or leaky gut or vision problems or blood pressure issues. I'm not the only person. But if I could share what happened, I mean, I'm just one person that had all of that stuff go away. That's pretty amazing. It's really amazing. And somebody laughed the other day at the pool and said, you ought to carry those cards saying that you have your knee replacements. Because if you don't, if you go in, if you have a problem and you have an accident sometime, they're going to take you in and do an MRI. Your legs are going to be plastered to the sides. They're not going to know.
Oh, how
So,
funny.
but I think just sharing what I have that I've had as an experience with others would be a really, really positive thing for me to do and still live my best life. And I'm also an artist, so I would love. I'm moving to a new artist community. I'm choosing between a couple of them right now, but I think that would be a ton more fun. I'd like to get back into teaching. I'd like to get back into just sharing all the goodness that God has given me, that I would love to share that with others, with teaching, with a podcast, with whatever. And I think that would be just, I mean, just with all the things I've mentioned, all the things I talked about that have gotten even better. I know that I can even be better than I am right now, you know. So that's what I would like, is just to be my best me. That's what I want.
That's lovely. And you're so beautiful. I can just see you, this superstar artist. It's funny, my oldest son, he's 30. He works at Freeze magazine, which is an international art magazine. He's a
Oh,
editor. And his wife, he eloped. His wife is an artist and she just opened a big art show in Houston at some
oh,
museum. So that's going to be up for like 6 months or something crazy. So
wow, that's cool.
yeah, it's fun to see this art world. I'm going to New York on Thursday to visit and meet her family and plan a wedding.
Oh, I'm glad that you get to have the wedding too. They can elope all they want, but then they need to do something for the families.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, Kat, will you come back post QArc and do another interview so we can see this 30-year-old
Oh yeah,
baby?
absolutely, absolutely. And I'm feeling really good right now. We're about to get our home healing units also. Um, and because we're not going to be living together forever, we both got one. And so we'll try them both out, make sure they both work. And I think it's going to be fun to do that even. And I was concerned because I'm going on a trip this summer and I'm thinking, wait a minute, if I'm using the home healing system, I can't take one in the car with me. So
Oh
I,
gosh, yeah.
I know. So I'm already feeling spoiled and I don't even have the unit yet.
Maybe there's a way that you can take a traditional plug and then plug it into some sort of a car adapter and then plug it into the car. Maybe there's a
Ooh.
device like that. I should look it up.
I should look that up too. So anyway, I'm ready to come back anytime you want me. Absolutely, have me back. And I'm not sure how to get a part of that part where they test your hair and they test everything. I would love to be a part of that too. So if you want to text me or email me information on how to get involved with that, that would be great. I would love to do that.
Okay, well, I can tell you right now, you have to email Darlene, and it's bioscan, BIOSCAN at QTWE.net. She'll be
A
doing one on the home
QT.
healing, like a testing for the home healing system.
Okay. All right. I'll see if I can get that to her. But yeah, I'm ready to share it with the world because I've loved this whole thing. And I've done frequency healing myself with reconnective healing. And I also do healing with the angelic realms, the archangels. I do healing with the archangels. So I am all about asking for help and then receiving it with grace. So
Oh, you're
that's what
so
I'm about.
lovely. You are lovely. Thank you. It's a pleasure talking with you and hearing these amazing results. I cannot wait to share your video with the world.
Oh, thank you so much. And I really appreciate all of you at QHS, just how you have been supportive of all of us and you guys are just amazing people and you're sharing yourself and your gifts with us and I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Well, I thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing you next time, Kat.
Thanks. You too.
Have a beautiful day. Okay.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. QuantumHealingSystems.org. Thank you.